back into the wood shop for another project today.
We do have a very special project today. We had a request from our friends with Mr. Tibbs Trading Company to develop a prototype for a 1920s shipping crate.
Now the material we're going to use for this crate is some reclaimed pine that we got off of some wooden pallets we tore apart in another video.
Let's get to work.
Now all of the boards for this shipping crate that make up the four sides and the lid are going to be 3 inches wide. Now these boards that come off of these pallets, they're none the same width, so they're going to be edge jointed like this and hopefully with no gaps in between. So I'm going to start with one edge. I'm going to take about 1/4 inch off, then we'll flip it over and cut it to 3 inches on the other side. Now I'm going to run all these boards back through with the side that I just cut against the fence. Alright, now we have all of our boards cut to 3 inches in width and jointed as clean as we can get them on the table saw. Now, since these were sawed straight off of pallets with a circular saw, neither edge is square, so I'm going to go ahead and square up one edge, that way we can get a good edge to measure by.
Now we're ready to measure the length for each of the boards for our crate. The first set we're going to cut needs to be 17 inches long each. This will go on the face of the box and the back of the box. For our next set of boards, we'll need 6 that are 12 inches each. These will go down the sides of the crate. The next pieces we'll cut will be for the top of the crate, and they'll be inset into the sides. So these are going to be 15 3/4 inches. The next step in our project is to sand all the boards for this crate. And we have told you previously that when you break down pallets, you don't always get the same exact kind of wood. So what we chose for this was something we had the most of, which was a weathered pine, as you can see here. But we didn't have quite enough for this project. So what we did, we tried to get a pretty decent match. So we're going to put some old fence pickets on the bottom of this crate. And I'm going to start by sanding these first. We're going to use some 80 grit just to knock off some of the roughness. You know, people handle this crate, we don't want them to get splinters or anything like that, but we still want it to feel weathered and kind of antique.
next thing we're going to do is take this piece of wood and cut it into 2 framing strips. That way we can hold our planks together for the bottom of the crate. These pieces of wood are going to be used to frame the short sides of the crate. I'm going to split these in half. We'll have to put one in each corner, and they'll go in the corners of the lid.
We're so excited. It's time to finally start assembling this crate. Now there's 2 parts to this crate. There's going to be the bottom portion of the box and then the lid. Tell them what we're going to get started with.
The first thing we're going to do is assemble the bottom panel of the crate. We're going to start by jointing these boards together with some wood glue. Then we will glue these framing strips down and then nail them down with 18 gauge brad nails.
The bottom panel for the crate, we're going to assemble the side panels.
The process here is pretty much the same as the bottom. We'll joint these together with wood glue, glue on the framing strips, and nail them together with 18 gauge nails.
To glue and nail the side panels to the bottom. stretch of the bottom portion of our crate. We just have to attach the front and rear panels, and then we'll move on to the lid.
Bottom portion of the box ready. All we need now is a lid. Now the box and the lid are fully assembled. Everything's ready to put together, but first we're going to coat this with spray lacquer before we put on our hinges and our draw latches.
We're almost done with this crate. The last thing we need to do is install the hardware. We have a set of hinges. These are 2 inch by 1 3/8 of an inch. You can get these at any of your local hardware stores. And we also have a set of 2 draw catches. These come in a variety of finishes. This is a brass finish. So we're going to go ahead and get all of our hardware installed and show you the finished product.
Well, there you have it. Our reclaimed wood shipping crate is finally finished.
We really hope Mr. Tibbs loves this crate. We know we do. Like we said before, you never know what you're going to get when you use pallet wood. You're going to get all kinds of different finishes and patinas, different kinds of wood, and we really like the way this turned out. We just know Mr. Tibbs is going to find plenty of great food and gifts to fill this box and send it to someone special.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook at Woodsongs by Russell.
Thanks again so much for joining us today. Happy woodworking!